Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to Social Science online teaching classes from Vishwamanava Residential High School. I am Mahboobi, your social science teacher. My dear students, today we are going to discuss about the history part of the fifth lesson, that is social and religious reformation movement. Social and religious reformation movement. In this lesson we are going to discuss some of the important concept, that is establishment of Brahma Samaj and reformations, then Young Bengal movement, establishment of Arya Samaj and reformations, reformations led by Prarthana Samaj, ideas of Satyashodak Samaj, Aligarh movement, Ramakrishna movement, Theosophical Society, Narayana Guru Dharma Paripala Yugam, and Priyar. These points we are going to discuss in this lesson. Okay, my dear students. Today we going to discuss establishment of Brahma Samaj and what are the important aspects of Brahma Samaj. Then after Young Bengal movement, then establishment of Arya Samaj, then reformations led by Prarthana Samaj and ideas of Satyashodak Samaj. These points we are going to discuss in this class. Okay, my dear students, let's start. In the 19th century is considered as the Reformation and New Awakening time in the history of India. With the implementation of English education, a new class of educated Indians was created. Many European concepts like democracy, nationalism, equality started during roots in India. Many prominent people like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Dayananda Saraswati, Ranade, Jyotiba Phule, Swami Vivekananda, Annie Besant, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Priyar, Narayana Guru became part of this movement. My dear students, the 19th century is considered as the Reformation and New Awakening time in the history of India, because with the implementation of British education or English education, a new class of educated Indians was created. At that time, many European concepts like democracy, nationalism, equality, etc. has started finding roots in India. Many Indians who received English education started analyzing their own society. Then after, many Indians started understanding the Indian tradition in new perceptions. Hence, the 19th century is considered as the Reformation and New Awakening time in the history of India. My dear students, the basic aim of Reformation movement, the basic aim of the social and Reformation movement is to declare the value of individual self-respect. The value of individual self-respect, it is the basic aim of a Reformation movement. Understand? Then after, many prominent people has came to power. Many prominent peoples like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Narayana Guru, Annie Besant, Dayananda Saraswati, Swami Vivekananda, then Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Priyar, etc. Many prominent people has came to power. Understand? These prominent leaders became the part of this movement. Understand? Then one of the main future of this period, one of the main important futures of this movement is to attempt made to stop social evils, to stop the social evils. That is the main futures of the reformation movement. Understand? Okay, my dear students, let us discuss Brahma Samaj. My dear students, Brahma Samaj was founded by Rajaram Mohan Rai. Very important. Brahma Samaj was founded by Rajaram Mohan Rai. He was born in 1772 in Bengal. Education, he deep knowledge in Sanskrit, Persian and Arabic literature. Then he started Atmiya Sabha in Calcutta along with some friends. Due to his efforts, then Governor General William Bentinck brought in the law prohibiting sati system in 1829. Then Rajaram Mohan Rai tried to develop rationality among the common people through journalism. Then after he published a journal named Samvada Kumadi in Bengali language. My dear students, Rajaram Mohan Rai, he was the chief interior of social reformation in India during modern times. He was one of the famous social reformer of India. He was born in 1772. He had deep knowledge in Sanskrit language, Persian language and Arabic literature. Then after, he was well versed in Hindu philosophical and Quran. Then he started Atmiya Sabha in Calcutta. Very important. Rajaram Mohan Rai established Atmiya Sabha in Calcutta along with some friends. What is the main aim to establish Atmiya Sabha? The Atmiya Sabha aimed at eradicating socio-religious maladies from the society of Bengal. That is the main aim to establish Atmiya Sabha. To removing or eradicating socio-religious illness or sickness from the society of Bengal. Then after he established Brahma Samaj. Understand? First he started Atmiya Sabha. Then after he started Brahma Samaj in the year 1828. Then after Rajaram Mohan Rai started Brahma Samaj, he wanted to conditions Hinduism by removing caste system and superstitions. Removing of the caste system to and superstition. Superstitions means it is the old views or unfounded belief. Understand? Then after, Rajaram Mohan Rai and other Brahma Samaj followers wanted to rebuild a new Hindu society based on the philosophical foundations of Upanishads. Due to his efforts, then Governor General has came to power William Bentinck. William Bentinck brought in law prohibiting sati system in 1829. Then Rajaram Mohan Rai tried to develop rationality among the common people through journalism. Then he published a journal very important, that is Samvada Kumadi. Rajaram Mohan Rai published a journal or newspaper that is Samvada Kumadi in Bengali language. Understand? These are the contribution of Brahma Samaj. Then, what are the important aspects of Brahma Samaj? Okay, my dear students, discuss one by one. The main important aspects of Brahma Samaj, the first one is advocated monotheism, second one is opposed meaningless rituals, then the third one is it advocated for a share in property to honor dignity of life to widow. It also opposed child marriage. Then every person should live with dignity. Then it advocated for a share in property to honor dignity of life to widow. Then Brahma Samaj declared that one can take good things from anywhere. These are the important aspects of Brahma Samaj. The first one is advocated monotheism. My dear students, monotheism means in any religion believe that there is only one God. Understand? There is only one God. Belief in there is only one God. That is the main aspects of Brahma Samaj. Then opposed meaningless rituals, opposed meaningless actions, meaningless customs. Understand what I told? Opposed meaningless customs, meaningless actions. Then it advocated for a share in property to honor dignity of life to widow, to share a dignity of life to widow. Then he opposed child marriage. Then every person should live with dignity. Every person should live with dignity and no law or ritual should violate this provision. Then the Brahma Samaj advocated for a share in property to honor dignity of life to widow. To share a property, to share a honor, dignity of life to every widow. Then Brahma Samaj declared that no one can take good things from anywhere. It also declared that Upanishads and Vedas also advocated these principles. He was open to receive good thoughts even from the West. He gave importance to English education. Understand? Brahma Samaj intended to assure equality to women. Brahma Samaj intended to equality to women by opposing polygamy. Polygamy means more than one wife at the same time. Bahupatnitva. Brahma Samaj has opposed polygamy. Then it advocated for a share in property to honor dignity of life to widow. It also opposed child marriage. These are the important aspects of Brahma Samaj. My dear students, Rajaram Mohan Rai, in this background, he was fully supported the establishment of many schools and he established a Vedanta College in Calcutta. Rajaram Mohan Rai, he established many schools and he established Vedanta College in Calcutta. Then Rabindranath Tagore, he has called Rajaram Mohan Rai as the harbinger of modern India. Rajaram Mohan Rai as the harbinger of modern India and he was the Indian social reformation movement and he was the prophet of Indian nationalism. Rajaram Mohan Rai, he was called as Indian social reformation movement and prophet of Indian nationalism. Understand? These are the important contributions and aspects of Brahma Samaj. Then the next we are going to discuss, that is Young Bengal movement. My dear students, Young Bengal movement. Who started Young Bengal movement? What are the main aspects of Young Bengal movement we are going to discuss? The view of modernization started moving across the North India during the 19th century. Calcutta was the center of this new thinking. New movements started arising during 1820 and 1830s. We have already learned the contributions of Brahma Samaj in that period. Understand? During this period, another important movement called Young Bengal movement took birth. During this period, another important movement has taken place, that is Young Bengal movement. My dear students, Young Bengal movement. Who started Young Bengal movement? The Young Bengal movement. This movement was started by Henry Louis Vivin Darzio. Henry Louis Vivin Darzio started the Young Bengal movement. His father was a Portuguese and his mother was an Indian. Hence, Darzio is called as Anglo-Indian. Understand? Then, Darzio served as a professor at Hindu College of Calcutta from 1826 to 1831. In that period, Darzio has served as a professor at Hindu College of Calcutta. He worked as a professor at Hindu College of Calcutta from the year 1826 to 1831. Many of his students who were attracted to his teaching became his committed followers. Then, Darzio as a student motivating force. He also worked towards creating textbooks to inculcate new education system. Then, he started Academic Association in the year 1828. In that year, Academic Association was started. In this Academic Association, a free thinking debate association which created new thinking across Bengal. Then, my dear students, what are the important contributions of Young Bengal movement? The Young Bengal movement held discussions and debates on issues like nature, humanism, God, and others various topics. This movement held discussions and debates on issues like nature, like nationalism, like God, and others various topics. Then, Darzio worked towards spreading the message that only rational thinking would liberate people from the clutches of superstitions and social discrimination. My dear students, Darzio worked towards spreading the message to overall people that only rational thinking would liberate people from the clutches of superstitions and social discrimination. Then, he was an advocate of human rights and he was fully opposed caste-based discrimination. That is the major contribution of Youth Bengal movement or Young Bengal movement. Understand? He was an advocate of human rights and he was fully opposed to caste-based discrimination. Then many of his students who had came from traditional families was deeply influenced by Darzio thoughts and joined hands in spreading the movement across Bengal. Many of his students has joined to joined two hands in the spreading the movements across the Bengal. Then the influence of this movement was limited to Calcutta and few areas of Bengal. Then Darzio had to resign from his teaching post due to the pressure of his colleagues. These are the important contributions of Young Bengal movement. In the Young Bengal movement, Darzio died at the young age of 22 years. At the age of 22 years, he was died. Okay, my dear students. The next important concept, that is Arya Samaj. Arya Samaj was started in the year 1875 by Dayananda Saraswati. Arya Samaj was founded by Dayananda Saraswati. He was birthed in 1824 in Katwad of Gujarat. He was born in 1824 in Katwad of Gujarat. His name was Mula Shankar. His father was Amba Shankar Tiwari and his mother was Amrita Bai. Then, since he was not interested in English education, Dayananda Saraswati, he was not interested in English education. He received Sanskrit education. Then after he left his house by the age of 21. He outlined his ideas in a book titled that is Satyarahita Prakash. Dayananda Saraswati, he wrote a book that is Satyarahita Prakash. In that Satyarahita Prakash, he realized that the remedies to the various illness or sickness of India are the present in Vedas, hence he declared back to Vedas. Dayananda Saraswati has declared back to Vedas. Then he was more of a Renaissance person, that a Reformation person. He opened the head office of Arya Samaj in Lahore in the year 1877. In the year 1877, Dayananda Saraswati had opened the head office of Arya Samaj in Lahore. Then, what are the aims of Arya Samaj? What are the aims? What are the major aims of Arya Samaj? Okay, my dear students, let us discuss one by one. All Hindus should believe in one formless God. The first major aim of Arya Samaj, that is, all Hindus should believe in one formless God. Believe in only one God. Then, no one is a Shudra or Brahmin by birth, and caste-based system was rejected. No one is Shudras, no one in Brahmin by the birth, and the caste-based system was fully rejected. That is the major aim of Arya Samaj. Then he encouragement to intercaste marriage. Encouragement to the intercaste marriage. Then rejected of polygamy system and child marriage system. Fully rejected, fully eradicated of the polygamy and child marriage. Then men and women are equal. Men and women are equal in society. No one study Vedas and other ancient secret texts and preached them. One should study Vedas. Everyone should study Vedas and other ancient secret text. These are the major aims of Arya Samaj. Understand? My dear students, in that Arya Samaj, Shuddhi movement was one of the most important program of Arya Samaj. It aimed at reconservation of people who had converted to Islam and Christianity from Hinduism back to Hinduism. Arya Samaj had around 5 lakh members by in the year 1821. After the death of Dayananda Saraswati, Dayananda Anglo-Vedic College was started in the year 1886. In the year 1886, Dayananda Anglo-Vedic College was started. Then after, similarly, Gurukula Vidyalaya was started in Haridwar. Then Lala Lajpat Rai was a radical leader of Indian freedom movement, was influenced by the principles of Arya Samaj. These are the contributions and aims of Arya Samaj. Then another important concept, that is Prarthana Samaj. Prarthana Samaj founder Dr. Atmaram Panduranga started in 1867 in Mumbai. The influence of Brahma Samaj reached regions behind Bengal. This Samaj took up various reformations movement influenced by Brahma Samaj. Prarthana Samaj was founded by Dr. Atmaram Panduranga in 1867 in Mumbai, with the aim of finding solutions to various problems faced by women and lower caste group. That is the major aim of Prarthana Samaj. Finding the solutions, finding the problems, finding the solutions of the problems faced by women and lower caste group. Then it advocated that reformations should not be wish but should be implemented in reality. Many programs like women education for women, rehabilitation of poor people were undertaken by the Prarthana Samaj. Many programs was held in the Prarthana Samaj. Many programs like education for women, rehabilitation of the poor people was undertaken by Prarthana Samaj. In that, Justice Mahadev Govinda Ranade, M.G. R.G. Bhandakar and N.G. Chandravakar were the other prominent leadership of Justice of Ranade. Justice Mahadeva Govinda Ranade, M.G. Bhandakar and N.G. Chandravakar were the other prominent leaders. The scope of Brahma Samaj, the scope of Prarthana Samaj got extended into various areas under the leadership of Justice Ranade. Understand? Then what are the major reforms of M.G. Ranade? The first major reforms of the Prarthana Samaj, that is rejected or removing of the child marriage. Removing of the child marriage. Then discrimination of widows. He believed that legal intervention is needed to stop child marriage and encourage widow remarriage. Discrimination of widows. Then stop child marriage and encourage widow marriage, remarriage. Hence, he advocated thinking the help of British government. He advocated thinking the help of British government. These are the major reforms of Prarthana Samaj. Okay, my dear students, the last concept in this lesson, that is Satya Shodhak Samaj. Satya Shodhak Samaj was founded by Mahatma Jyoti Bapule in the year 1873. The Satya Shodhak Samaj, this Samaj was founded by Mahatma Jyoti Bapule in the year 1873. Satya Shodhak Samaj was established in 1873 to provide equal rights to non-Brahmin class and women. That is the major aim, to provide equal rights and non-Brahmin class and women. What are the major reforms of Satya Shodhak Samaj? The first one is Satya Shodhak Samaj was established to provide equal rights to non-Brahmin class and women. That is the major reforms of this movement. Then after Jyoti Bapule, he was started a Satya Shodhak Samaj. He was established Satya Shodhak Samaj, and he also wrote a book like Gulamgiri. Gulamgiri opened schools for Shudras and girls. Then Jyoti Bapule, who belonged to male caste, allowed people from all castes, including untouchables, to draw water from his well. Allowed people from the all caste, including untouchables, is also to draw water from his well. Then Savitribai Phule joined hands with Jyoti Bapule. Then Ambedkar is one of the most important people who were inspired by his work of this couple. These are the major reforms of Satya Shodhak Samaj. And he also, the major reforms of Satya Shodhak Samaj opposed child marriage. These are the major reforms of Satya Shodhak Samaj. Okay, my dear students, in this class we have learned establishment of Brahma Samaj and what are the reformations of Brahma Samaj, then Young Bengal movement, establishment of Arya Samaj and reformations led by Prarthana Samaj, and ideas of Satya Shodhak Samaj. These points we have learned in this class. Okay, my dear students, the next class we will learn about Aligarh movement, Ramakrishna movement, Theosophical Society, Narayana Guru, Dharma Paripala Yogam, and Priya. These points we are going to discuss next class. Okay, my dear students, thank you.